In this lesson, let's explore some reasons why you might want to consider adding multimedia to your blog. It would be very easy to put a blog together that just had all text, which can be kind of boring, and you can spice it up with photographs, and absolutely you should use graphics whenever possible. But you should also consider multimedia, so I just wanted to give you a few thoughts to think about when you're talking about adding multimedia to a blog or website, some of the things to consider. First of all, you have content to deliver and a message to convey, so it's important that you get that message across as easily and effortlessly as possible. If someone has to sit and read a long, lengthy story, it's not going to keep their attention. But if you can present it in smaller chunks and add some different things to break it up, perhaps some audio clips or a short video here and there, it's much more digestible for your user. Your goal as a web designer, remember, is to wow your audience and give them interesting and compelling content. So again, instead of sitting and reading a newspaper, not to knock newspapers, of course, they're very important, but you want to break things up with photographs and, some graphics when you're creating a newspaper article, and it's the same kind of thing when you're creating a blog. You want to break things up and make it as interesting for your user as possible. Be cutting edge whenever possible, and that means using multimedia content and using it well. So you certainly don't want to add a video or some audio to your site that doesn't work or that takes forever to load. That actually can have the opposite effect. So you certainly want to do it well. Multimedia helps your blog or website be more interactive and engaging with your target audience. That's what it's all about these days when we're working with content online. We don't want people to just sit back and watch it. We want them to be engaged. It helps them to remember the content. We all know that video clips have proven they go viral very quickly. I've seen many of them that have been viewed by millions of people within, a couple of days, within a week, let's say. And so you definitely want to consider using that kind of content if you want to drive people to your site and help to get the word out. So these are just a couple things to consider, and basically the human brain responds more readily to multimedia content, meaning that it's much more interesting, it's much more eye-catching. If you want some more evidence of that, take a look at the children's cartoons that we see every day. They're much more engaging and interactive than the cartoons that we had when I was a child. They're much more in your face, so things are moving much faster. You definitely want to keep in mind you don't want your videos or audio clips to be too long. That can have the negative effect on people. But if you can keep it interesting and compelling, you're going to keep your audience more engaged and they're more likely to come back and visit your site more often.